So I wanted to start off with some remarks. Actually, what I wanted to start off with is a shout out to our food vendor. Some of you know that this is a new food vendor, and I really want to thank them for stepping in at the last minute. So I would like you to join me in a literal shout out. The woman's name is Alma, that runs the La Corita food truck. So can we shout her name 3 times? Ready? Alma, Alma, Alma. Okay, try facing her again. Alma, Alma, Alma. One more time. Alma, Alma, Alma. Yeah. I deliberately chose to begin my remarks with that shout out, because there is a lesson there for all of us. Our previous vendor that we have used in other years had to cancel abruptly on Monday. We spent 2 days trying to find a replacement with no success. Then I posted our need on Facebook. In half an hour, I was on the phone with Alma and our problem is solved. The lesson is that we can solve problems by working together that we cannot solve on our own. And boy, do we have a problem right now. We have a housing department that is dead set on weakening our mobile home rent control, our mobile home rent ordinance, our MRO. What they want most is what's called vacancy decontrol. Vacancy decontrol means that when you sell your home, they get to raise the space rent. Now, thankfully, we have a couple folks here who are going to be speaking. One of them is here already. That's our mayor, Matt Mahan. 2 people are coming today who can vote in city council. Now, we did not tell them what they had to talk about. We just said, talk about something that is of interest to mobile home residents. But let me ask you, for you, is the weakening of our MRO, our rent control, is that the biggest issue in San Jose, yes or no? Yes. Okay. So, vacancy decontrol, they want to raise the space rent when you sell your home. Housing will talk a lot about how this does not raise rent for any existing homeowner, and that is true. We need to understand and we need to be careful when we're talking to housing so that they don't accuse us of lying to you or misleading you. The rent goes up for your buyer. It does not go up for you. What housing does not want to talk about is how vacancy decontrol steals your equity, what your home is worth. Think about it. Every $100 that your buyer spends has to pay in space rent, that's $100 they don't have available to pay a mortgage. They will offer you less money for your home because of that added expense. And let's also look at vacancy decontrol from a larger perspective. WRO has spent years trying to convincing politicians, that preserving mobile home parks is a crucial piece of addressing the affordability and housing crisis that we have in California. Vacancy decontrol, by slowly raising the rents, makes mobile home living less and less affordable. What what they want is to raise rents when you sell your home by 10%. They have since December and January, they have since come up with this so-called phase-in approach. This is not a compromise. This is them saying merely that they are willing to wait 2 years to get the full 10% that they want. It also seems deliberately designed to confuse. Why else would you feel the need to include a spreadsheet in your presentation in order to explain this phase-in? And why 10%? The only explanation we've been given is that 10% is a popular figure elsewhere. Yet, we're told that we should accept this. We should accept vacancy decontrol to ensure that mobile home parks remain in business to serve the next generation of San Jose residents. Yet they have presented no evidence that there is widespread financial distress in the local mobile home industry market. In fact, the evidence that we have suggests the opposite, and that evidence comes from what are called fair return hearings. Part of our MRO says that a park owner can ask for a rent increase above the normal cost of living increase if they need the money. And guess what? It's not just when they're losing money. They can ask for a special rent increase if their profits are less than what they were before rent control. And even with that low bar, and even with 58 mobile home parks in the city, we have fair return hearings on average once every 4.5 years. Widespread financial distress, this is not. Now, housing will talk a lot about fair return hearings at one particular park. And they will tell you, and this is true, that every single resident, at the end of that fair return hearing, they got a rent increase for the entire park of between 10 and 15%. This is true, and that is a special case. There is one park that where the operator does not own the land. They lease the land, and their lease payments went up. So, the truth is that we have a lot to be proud of in our MRO, but that particular loophole was something that nobody anticipated 40 years ago. The truth is that most fair return hearings are either denied completely, or the owner gets a tiny fraction of the increase that they requested. And housing has admitted that even if they get everything that they want, that doesn't guarantee that there are no fair return hearings. Housing will be at the Hermitage Clubhouse at 6 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. This is the time for us to come and stand up for our rights, to protect our MRO. We have to push back against threats to our rent control. Mayor Mahan, I invite you to send a staffer on Monday night to observe these informational meetings.
He came today, too.
Beautiful. Love it. I'll extend the same invitation to Councilmember Cohen. Please come and observe on Monday or Tuesday night. There you are. Send a staffer to come see. And you judge for yourselves whether these informational meetings, whether housing is truly interested in having real dialogue, or if they just want to have their way. Thank you.